Question.
Um, yep.
Since you need me to go back to producing, am I doing the intro and that
Yes,
stuff?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, girl, you were supposed to tell somebody something.
I told you.
All right, all right, all right.
What it do?
What's up with it? The Pink Couch. We're live.
Live and in full effect. Live. How you doing?
Girl, I don't know, because I got hair shedding issues right now, and I'm not understanding what's going on. I'm not here for it.
We're gonna get to hot topics, but hold on. You talking about hair shedding? Hold on. Pump the brakes. All right. Welcome to the Pink Couch. I am actually on the Pink Couch, about half a mile up from my house at 1865 Steak, Seafood, and Cigar Lounge, opening sometime this year. And so, I'm here in DC. We got Kenny G in the place to be in Sacramento, California. Yay.
Yeah.
What it do?
Wait.
There's only two of us. So what's up?
I know. So as much as it just pains my heart to have a pink couch without EJ, who y'all know I call Gigi.
We call Gigi.
Yeah.
Her mama gave her that nickname.
I know. That's who I stole it from.
But you said you call her like you originated.
No, I just said I call her. That's like
I call her. We call her that. J-I-J-I. And we'll come back to Gigi. J-I-J-I. We'll come back. Keep your story. I'm just
okay. Yes, my story, not yours. So, as much as it pains me to do this without her, it is a glorious reason that she is not with us today. Would we like to share that with the folks? I'm sure they're wondering.
You are out of control.
I know. It's been too long. I'm excited for our episode. So Gigi is not going to be with us today. She is basking in the glory of motherhood and is at home with her
babies. Two babies.
Babies.
At the same damn time. Yes. Two of them.
Babies.
Yes.
So we are so happy for her and this journey that she is on and where God has her at this time in her life. And we are lifting her up, and she is here with us in spirit. And we're still going to have a great show. And why is that, Robin Inez?
We're going to have a phenomenal show because we still have, a partner, a friend, someone who's going to sit on the couch in EJ's absence. So let's bring up Miss Maddie Williams. She is joining us from the Denvers of the Colorados. And so she is joining us, and I'll let her speak to her current situation of where she is. But Maddie, I have known Maddie for over 30 years. We went to the same college. We were roommates at one point in time before I lived with boys. But she currently is the director over youth initiatives at United Way in Denver. We don't really care about those kind of accolades necessarily. on the pink couch. However, one of the things I'm gonna give a shout out to, somebody out of the three of us is inducted in the Hall of Fame. Hello. Because she got wheels on her. That girl be moving them arms and picking up them left and rights. She was a speedster in high school. So East High School, is your high school even still open? I don't know. We'll get to that.
Yes.
So she was inducted to her high school Hall of Fame. I met her at University of Colorado, go Buffs, where she ran track there. Girl is a speedster. Her life has been a journey of everything about youth. And whether it is track, whether it is in helping them live their best life, whether it is now transitioning for her into her calling around ministry. And I will let her say, hey to the people. Maddie, it's so good to have you here on the couch.
Thank you for having me today, ladies. I'm so happy to be here. So can I talk about where I'm at?
Please, because it feels like you are in a changing room.
I am in a changing room. Shout out to making it happen. Shout out to the Title Hustler. I'm here because I couldn't make it home from work today, helping those wonderful youth. I didn't want to miss that show. So here I am in my office at the Mile High United Way in Denver, Colorado. Thanks.
And can we give a shout out to Miss Donna? Y'all, what we do, we have a pre-production meeting, and there's this Miss Donna who has been actively trying to, the lighting, she brought in this, whatever's going on back there. What I'm going to do right now before we kick off into our hot topics is I'm going to make a plea for United Way to hire me as an interior designer so we can make sure that your offices are a little bit more camera ready. I digress. All right.
That's some real hustle stuff right there. So
yes, it is. Yes, it is. I'm just gonna jump right into hot topics because there's some hot stuff happening. Hot stuff happening, right? So I'm gonna jump right in, and we're gonna bring in onto the couch y'all have seen him before, Mr. Lonnie Prime Harrell. I call him Brad. That's a name I stole from my daughter. Brad means, what does it mean? What does it mean?
Brad?
You know what Brad means?
That's your word.
It means brother dad. This is my Brad. Why you act like it's the first time you've heard it? This is my brother dad.
That's the first time I heard brother dad, though.
What do you think it was? Why do you think I called you Brad?
I don't have a clue. I just went with it.
Cool.
Okay. Listen.
So I call him El Boogie. And I don't know if I checked him like I did earlier about Gigi, but that's my nickname for him.
Oh, hey, my Lord Jesus. He is El Boogie, El Train, Prime, Brad, Delonte, Lonnie. If you need to use all of his names, that's all the stuff you need to know. So, Lonnie, welcome to the couch again.
Hello. Here.
Yes, awesome. We're going to jump right on in. Lean forward. Come on in the camera. Come on to the camera. Don't be shy. So let's just kick right off. Has anything happened in our world in the last few days?
Child. I don't know about y'all, but I've been a little embarrassed about what's been happening in the last couple days.
Say more, not less.
You hear about people getting upset and not being able to control tempers. And you've heard people threaten to slap you so hard that your kinfolk don't feel it. But you are never prepared for that to happen on a stage at the Oscars.
Oh, so we're talking about Chris, Will, Jada. Is that what we're talking about?
I don't even think it's fair to put Jada in that. Like, why? I get that the joke was about Jada, but Jada didn't get up out of her seat and walk up on that stage and commence to putting a smackdown on Chris Rock.
She did, but she ain't have to say
it. Okay, let me set the scene.
Mind control.
Let me set the scene. Here's why I think. Let me set the scene for those of you who have been in witness protection and have not heard what had happened is that you had Chris Rock came on stage at the Oscars and he made a statement around Jada shaved head being, looking forward to seeing her G.I. Jane. The camera then cut to a laugh from Will, a non-laugh from Jada, and then camera cuts to a slow stroll on stage and a slow slap amongst the face, and then a reaction and a return and then a cuss out from the seat and scene. Because everything else that we're going to talk about, everything else we talk about is nothing but conjecture. You know what I'm talking about. Conjecture. Thank you. So, Lonnie, Mr. Contrarian, what are your thoughts?
Before we jump into thoughts, can I just say that I do not ever condone violence, ever.
But what?
The eyes with
So,
yeah.
All right, I'm gonna start in reverse, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? I'm gonna talk after the slap. If Will did not slap that man, he would have been banned for the rest of his marriage. You know what a ban is, right?
Yes. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Got it.
Would have been to his wife for the rest of their marriage. Now the pressure is on because men always boast about protecting the women and protecting your wife and your daughter and everything. Where I come from, if you even say your mama, you're getting slapped. Now everybody's saying, oh, he should have waited till they got backstage. Wait for what? Now it's predetermined, it's premeditated. You're definitely going to get a charge because people expecting you to go do that, right? I think it was brilliant. It was amazing. I loved it. And guess what? If I was there, I would have went up there and slapped him again. is no good in our community. No good. It's just been time. It's just been a look.
We're going viral.
We've been sitting there waiting. And look, guess what? I'm friends with his brother, Tony.
Oh, that's right.
Tony is my guy.
That's right.
But who I am, I don't hold back. I don't cut cards. I don't change anything. I'm gonna say Bill.
Wait.
That man got slapped, and guess what? He deserved it. Because I'm gonna tell you why. He is the only comedian that bash black women in that way. People crack jokes about situations. Name one comedian that directly took a hit at a black woman about an insecurity of hers. Name one.
But what if he didn't know? What if he didn't know it was an insecurity?
How can you not know if the woman been on TV, on her show, and everywhere for the last 5 years? You know it's 5 years.
He said, "I loved you, Jada."
He did.
So let me just do. This is the pink couch. We have uncomfortable conversations. So this is not about bobbleheads of yes, we all agree. So for me, I actually did not perceive Chris's I'm gonna say a comment because I didn't even find it a joke. I found it more as an Attagirl. Because G.I. Jane, that was a bad, dope chick. And so I thought it more of as an Attagirl, but I'm not Jada. And that's my story versus hers. And so let me just say that. Go ahead, Kennedy, and then we'll kick it over to Maddie.
So I think the reason why it was supposed to be a joke was because G.I. Jane did horrible in the box office, right? And so the lead into this joke was about him talking about another couple that was receiving 2 nominations that night in the same category that Will was in. And he was talking about if the wife didn't win, the husband couldn't win. Like, you can't win this award if your wife ain't gonna win. It's gonna be a problem. Mm-hmm. And then he starts to talk about, them hoping that Will wins. And so when he gets to the G.I. Jane comment, I think he was trying to crack a joke like, at least that's not nominated in the same category, so you don't have that problem. I don't know what he was going with. It was just a bad joke. It was a bad joke. right?
Everybody
But
laugh.
did it warrant having your jaw relocated? Like, I mean,
Not-
some people think that it was staged because his jaw wasn't relocated. It was a slap. He trained for Muhammad Ali. He's a professional boxer now, clearly.
Mhm.
I mean, I thought it was staged when I first saw it. So let me tell
When
you,
I first saw it, yeah.
when I first saw it, I thought it was staged because who lets a grown man walk up on them after you just talked about his wife? Like, who does that?
He
Where does
didn't know
that
He didn't know what was about to happen.
I understand that. I understand that.
He slow walked. He walked up like
He did.
Hey, to another
He
level.
kind of sashayed.
Did you see Will chest poke out on the way back? And then he stepped
yes, he
down?
did.
Now, hold on. Now, this is about mental health, right? I'm getting serious with this one.
Yeah.
If you heard Will's story years ago, he always talked about how till today he still felt like he was a coward because he didn't defend his moms against his pops.
Yes.
And this even when he became a young man, when he was strong enough to probably fight his father back, but he would not do it because he was afraid. And then when his father got hurt and injured, was in the wheelchair, he had the courage to push the man down the stairs, but he said he didn't do it. But he wanted to. So this was the opportunity. When he saw that Jada feelings was hurt over that, that trigger clicked in.
Oh, 100%.
And it wasn't about thinking about, what could be the consequences. He didn't care in that moment. He felt like, you know what? I'm not going for this again. And he strutted his way up
I
there.
don't disagree.
Look how that man cried when he gave his apology. Because I'm going to tell you, if you slap a man and then you feel that freedom how he did when he sat down, you're not going to cry over slapping somebody. He cried from those old emotions. That man just now overcame something. He overcame something.
I think you're so spot on. I just wish he overcame it when he wasn't on national television,
right,
in front of the entire world.
And guess what though? Then he would have pressed charges. The only reason why Chris Rock didn't press charges, no, because he was standing on stage publicly in front of people and on live television. So
if it was private,
he
100%, because he looks real sick. Maddie, what are your
okay? Wait, so Maddie, I want you to answer this, right? If it was done in private, would Chris have fought back?
That's a good question. I don't know, but maybe not, because Chris Rock has a history of being bullied, right? If we're talking about mental health.
He does.
He has that history, or at least he's talked about it in his past, that he has been bullied. So I don't know. Maybe he would have fought back, but I do agree with you, L Boogie. Maybe he would have pressed charges. Also, I agree with your mental health point. If we move beyond the slap, right? I think there's a lot of issues that are deeper. Not only was Will not able to protect his mom, if we talk about the history of the red table, Jada often talks about how he didn't protect her in the marriage and he did what he wanted to do and not her. And then we got to think about the Fresh Prince. He didn't protect Aunt Viv and he kind of threw her out to dry. So maybe
not Aunt Viv.
In real life, remember they had that whole healing moment where she was like,
oh, okay. Yeah, you're right.
So there's a lot of healing that needed to happen. And then from a place of pain and hair and Black women, right? Chris Rock, you did the video, you did the documentary.
Yeah.
You didn't get a lot of good feedback. So I think at this point in your career, you could have skipped over that joke.
I just,
and they have a history.
Yes.
Maybe he got Jada in 2016, 17, or 18. I can't remember. He went in hard on her.
So here's where I'm at, and then we'll move on to the second hot topic. I've had a knot in my stomach about it since it happened. Well, not since it happened, because I missed it. I woke up the next day, got a text like, oh, Will Smith. I was like, oh, he won? And I'm turning on the TV. I'm like, and so let me just end with this. Look, the knot in my stomach is always come from a place of empathy. I don't know Will. I don't know Jada. I don't know Chris. I don't know what was in their mind at that time. Anything I'm going to say is just going to be conjecture. So I'm not going to speak on that. What I will speak to is that the fact that this seems, even though there's history, he didn't stand up for Aunt Viv or his dad, there is clearly something that triggered that type of egregious reaction. That was me putting judgment on it. And then I'll end with this. I'm not going to talk about it anymore. I haven't watched it since I watched a little bit of just I only saw the video once. I don't need to see it again.
Mm.
I only
How'd you avoid
which you got a
that?
boomerang.
That's horrible.
How you avoid that?
I'm not gonna. I need to let it go because it is just. I'm very disappointed. I'm embarrassed. For everybody involved. I have empathy for everybody involved, particularly as you mentioned, Will Smith for mental health. Chris, I didn't take offense, and I have my own hair journey going on. But again, I'm not Jada, and as someone who saw his wife hurting, we can all judge about how he went about it. But at the end of the day, I'm not Will. Now let's pivot to
one quick thing. Can I just one real quick?
Yeah, I don't know how she figured we just gonna leave it right there.
Another reason why I feel this way about Chris Rock, he's been canceled in my life. I don't know if y'all seen it. It was 5 comedians on the set sitting down on the sofas. Chris Rock was the only black one. Jerry Seinfeld was the other one. Jerry Seinfeld was the blackest man up there. Chris Rock was allowing the other two to say how they say the N-word on stage. They were saying the N-word on the video. They were saying it. And the other one was saying, he was like, oh, you don't say it on stage, but we say it behind closed doors, cracking up. And Chris Rock was like, yeah, well, all the jokes about, the something of black people, like he was sitting there like he was really not our color. And they was like, Seinfeld, you ain't said it. Yeah, he said, I'm not interested in saying it. He said, I don't find the humor in it. And he was like, and I will never say it. He was like, it's not a thing to me. He was like you can see that he was disturbed by it. But Chris Rock was up there with those other two guys. They were saying the N-word on the video. I mean, I have it on my phone. We don't have time for it, but it's disgusting though. It's really bad.
We believe you. And
so now I understand why you are accepting the slap, because you've been wanting to slap Chris yourself since you watched the video.
He's been.
I have a history with him. He lived in my building. He lived in a penthouse above me. We used to get in the elevator together, and he would be like this. And one day,
you did tell me that.
Yeah, one day I had to just break and be like, dude, do you think I want to rob you if I can afford to live in this building? Like, make it make sense for me.
Make it make sense.
Yeah, you live in a penthouse. I live right below you, and you up here getting scared every time you see me in the elevator.
I was telling somebody today. So I'm Lonnie's breaking news in the morning because I think I wake up earlier than he does. So I'll send him this text, and I send him the text of this happening, and he said, "My man." Okay, we've got to pivot on to the next hot topic. For those of you who are Netflix connoisseurs, I think all of the next things we're talking about, whether it's the Tinder swindler, Inventing Anna, Bad Vegan, The Dropout, Lord, there is a common thread that runs through all 4 of those, and there's many more, I'm sure, around people who are hustling others. And I'm just going to pause there. Kennedy, I'm gonna go with your face right now. What you got to say about the
chat? Listen, and I was not frozen like that.
I know.
Okay. Here's what I just can't, y'all. So first of all, I watched all of those. I watched the Tinder swindler, and the whole time I'm watching this, I'm thinking to myself, has a millionaire and I know plenty of them, ever asked you for money? Has their credit card ever just stopped working? If they were the Diamond King's son, but you ain't never met the Diamond King, do you really think he's the Diamond King's son? I mean, there has to be something said for common sense. And the fact that people aren't using it anymore because people are so thirsty that they are foregoing common sense and just falling for the banana in the tailpipe. Now, I'm the daughter of a law enforcement officer. I was super sheltered. Call it naivete if you want to, but even I wouldn't fall for the, can you put my $30,000 on your credit card because mine's not working right now? Absolutely not.
Card. Not
card.
Not plural.
Can you get me an American Express in my name on your account? Mm-hmm. Let me tell you how hard I would have laughed in his face. He wasn't even that cute. I was like, wait a minute. He wasn't cute. he didn't have that much game. I don't understand it, right?
Mhm.
But at least on the Tinder swindler, he kind of lavishly engaged these girls into relationship with him. And if you move over to the bad vegan, she was just dumb. Because first of all, she was never on a private jet with him, but she was supposed to believe he had private jet money. I just don't understand the trust but verify, ladies, is what I'm trying to explain to y'all. Trust but verify. Don't believe everything someone tells you. You got to be
Yeah.
smart.
I'm a whole comment, Maddie, and then we'll go to L Bug. Go ahead, Maddie.
I'm just wondering, is it the belief or the need to belong? Is it someone paying attention? Are you really using common sense, or are you just needing, I don't know, some type of intimacy, not in the bedroom sort of way, but just intimacy, and someone's needing you, so you're responding? I don't know.
I go ahead.
I think for people who need validation and they're
That's it.
searching for something, then yeah, they absolutely
That's
will
it.
latch on to an opportunity or a person or something that makes them feel valuable.
Mhm.
But
I mean, and that's the point. And I'm sorry to interject, but that's the point. And I'll kick over to Lonnie. Is there are, for each of those, I'm gonna put the Dropout with Elizabeth Holmes to the side just a little bit because it's a little different. But for those three, Bad Vegan, Invent and Anna, the Tinder Swindler, they preyed on a lack of. And
Mhm.
so every human has some demon, some, I don't want to use a demon, has something that they are in their struggle bus with, their journey that they're on. A lot of these folks, I think to your point, Maddie, whether it's belonging, someone to love them, whatever it might be, these are master manipulators. Magna cum laude da, master manipulators. They know how to do it. This is their day job. This is what they do. You are good at your job. You are good at your job. I'm dope at my job. So are you. And that's what they do. This is their profession, and they have mastered it, and they know how to put in place. And so I just look at, because as I watch each one of these, I'm just sitting there like, what is happening with that? And at the same time, I went to the other side. I'm trying to understand what's going through the receiver of the deception. And it is 100%, I think, what you mentioned, Maddie, in terms of this belonging, lack of something.
So I believe that it's a type, right, that goes for that. And that man is on those dating apps. He probably tried a ton of women, but those are the ones that fell for it. They fit that type. They want, and they want to impress their friends. Because you think about it, the first girl on Swindler, Tinder, whatever,
Swindler, Tinder,
that thing.
We'll go with that. Whatever.
Everything was her girlfriends. Oh, he's this. They always try to. She always tried to big him up when they were like, "Yo, you sure? You sure?" She always kept trying to say, "Oh yeah, I've been on a yacht. I've been on a boat. I've been on this. I've been on that." And then everything goes back to what? Social media. She want to post it. And that's how a lot of people live on a lower level. They probably don't get swindled like that, but they might get swindled out their little panties, or they might get swindled out whatever, you know. And I hear all these stories about women talking about man destroyed their credit. Like you just said, like if the dude's supposed to have something or anything, why is he asking you for a bailout? That's what it is, pretty much.
It's a hard no.
I loved it in him. He does a lot of nice things for me.
But my girl, what's my girl name? Anna. What's
I don't know. Anna. I don't know what her name is. Delvey.
From Inventing Anna.
Inventing Anna.
Anna Devine.
Now her.
First of all, I think she's a little different.
Right, me too. So with her, let me tell you something. It's worth it. The good time that she was giving to her friends. I'm going to tell you real talk. Hey, you can have all the regrets you want, but look, Anna was a party.
Anna was a party.
Except for, right, she was a vibe. Except for that girl who credit card overseas.
Yeah.
Right. She should have never did that on a company credit card. But I will also say that girl should have never brought her company credit card on that trip in the first place. So that should have never even been an option.
Yeah.
Right.
that part.
Hey, but Anna was the business. She's up.
But let me pivot to now. So why I said Elizabeth Holmes is in a different category. She swindled at the corporate level. Now Anna Delvey did it also, but I think the Mr. Obama companies I worked for before. There are a lot of people in healthcare that were.
To the vegan girl?
No, to the dropout. The one, the Elizabeth Holmes, the one that that was the swindled people into believing that a drop of blood could be basically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What was it? Drop of blood could basically tell you everything you need to know, or I can't even remember.
Yeah. It was just as ridiculous as that fool telling the girl that her dog was gonna have eternal life.
But this girl was trending on the national level. She was on, you go back, get into the Googles. She was on the Good Morning Americas, the New York. She was on everything about this woman from Stanford. Had all these.
We just owned her.
She was swindling on another level or hustling on a whole other level. And what I was thinking about that is in preparing for this show, I just think about, so she was hustling at a up here level, and we all are in conversations. Maddie, you sitting in your office right now. There is hustling happening every day at offices up and down the aisle, the C-suite aisle, the below aisle. I probably shouldn't say that, but it is happening. It is 100% happening, and it happens in very small ways. Mm-hmm. Taking credit for your work, over exaggerating their resume. There's a lot of hustling that happens in corporate America. Homegirl just did it on a whole other level. Any other final words before we move into our first guest on the couch?
So I got a final question for you guys. Do you think these people should all go to jail? From Anna all the way through, do we believe that they should go to jail?
Why should they go to jail for having fun?
Because they defrauded the system and stole money, and in a lot of instances falsified identification and also had false loans. I could keep going and going and going. Listen, right?
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
So first of all, as far as swindling, we pay this thing called tax to FICA and all these other people that supposed to be going back in the community. I ain't seen none of that come back in my community.
That's the biggest hustle.
That's a hustle right there. So them people need not to go to jail. They shouldn't go to jail for having fun.
Listen, for having fun. Here's my thing, and there's levels to this, and let me tell you what I mean. Have you ever been out with somebody? I left my wallet at home. That's a hustle. So should they go to jail?
That happens sometimes.
But no, exactly. So I said there's levels to this. I'm saying there's levels to this. I'm saying there's levels to this. So I think after a certain, that's where I think why most of them went to jail is because, or some of them went to jail because when you get to a certain amount of fraud, when you start defrauding organizations versus people, if someone swindled me out of $1 million, that's foolish me. Someone swindles all these people that like Elizabeth Holmes swindles, shame on her.
Agreed.
Yeah, you can't play with their money, but they can play with our money.
Yeah, but I
boy didn't go to jail though.
Who? He's still on Tinder. So, lady,
what are you talking about? He about to have a residency in Las Vegas.
Shut your face.
Wow.
Why do you follow him?
He made his page because he made his page private when the show came on. But I followed him just in time because he said it. He was like, I'm about to block my
Lonnie,
and I'm about to tell my story.
Why do you
time out? Because we are so behind. I'm the taskmaster. We are way behind the schedule. But hold on, we got to go where the love is. And right now, there's some energy into why.
Oh,
I'm asking him of all people. But why are you?
It's entertainment. Hold on, time out.
For fun. It's for a good time for fun.
Okay, I feel. Nope, I'm not even gonna lie. I don't feel bad for those women. No, I do. I feel for him from a mental state because I'm really into people with mental health issues or insecurities and things like that. Low confidence, low self-esteem. All right, I care about those type of people. But him as a character, his fake accent, all of that is entertainment.
What?
Yo, the dude out here balling on a budget that we don't know he has, but he doing the daggone thing. He is still doing it. This man's still pulling up on yachts and pulling up.
Oh my God.
He in Dubai, right?
You follow him.
Listen,
I can't believe it.
listen, but I have to, because we do have to move on, but I have to, here's why Brad is on the show and will be back many times, is because of the comments that he makes now. He's not going to say what, what everyone is going to agree to. One, but two, this is like, listen, ladies, my brother is single. And he is a phenomenal, God-fearing woman, chivalrous man. So it's always entertaining to me because he's a good dude. He's a great dude. And it's just funny to hear these things because some people might think, who is this bottom hole?
But if you get me a $3 million American Express, I can make it 300.
See, that's what I'm talking about. All right, we're going to pivot into our show. We are talking about that's a hard transition.
Oh my
We're
God.
here to talk about hustlers. We've been talking about the other side. Kennedy, kick off this topic that we are now 35 minutes into.
I don't even know how I'm gonna bring us back. I really don't. But okay, but this I think kind of speaks about how we define hustler,
Yeah.
right? Because if El Bug is saying, I don't know, guy ain't that bad, right? All he did was want to have a little fun. Plus, we're talking about Anna. Anna's a whole vibe. And don't tell me you wouldn't go watch Paris Fashion Week with Anna Delvey, okay? Because we all would hop in that plane and go watch Paris Fashion Week with Anna Delvey, honey.
Without my wallet.
Without my company credit card. Right. Because I'm not trying to lose my coin for Anna Delvey.
No.
So I think that's the question, right? Is how do you define hustler? And when is it okay to be a hustler? And when is it not okay to be a hustler? I think, a lot of times we associate something negative with the definition of hustler. But, I got 6 jobs, right? I got 6 job, man. Right? I am the gardener. I am the plumber. Like, if I got 6 jobs, I'm a hustler, right? Yeah. So I have a day job. I have a coaching business. I'm doing everything, all the things. I do speaking engagements. I'm writing books, right? I got a hustle going on, but it's not a negative hustle. I'm not swindling anybody out of their bread. And I think there is a distinction between being this negative hustler type person or being a woman or a man who is just aggressively going about their business and trying to make something happen for themselves. Mm-hmm. So I got a question for y'all. Maybe the question is just for Maddie, because I want to get you into this conversation, right? Have you ever felt like there was a time where you got hustled?
Of course. That's why I have a little bit of empathy. So I feel like I got hustled, maybe on a smaller scale, Robin, when I had my son, right? And I got hustled out of a baby daddy. What? So I'm just saying, I'm pregnant, I had a baby, and now there's no daddy to help raise him. So I've been hustled now.
Listen, you never know what answer you were going to get on the pink couch because I was not ready for that.
I was not ready. Flag on the play. I love it. Okay.
Wait, but did you feel like you got hustled because he presented his representative and then he
100%.
wasn't cool? Yeah.
Oh,
On a
listen.
serious note, yes, I just
Listen.
wanted to say that. But yeah,
Listen.
I think we all can be a hustler and be hustled. And I feel like I got the representative, and in return, I didn't get the return on investment, right?
I've been to that church. I know that ministry. I've been to that church ministry. And let me just do a quick little, for those of you who are online, we are for our April topics. If you have any suggestions for those, because I heard one from the couch around, this would be a great couch topic. So anyway, go ahead. Baby daddy though. Yeah.
Baby daddy, though.
Yes.
Well, listen, I turned that hustled into a hustler, right? Because as a mom, you gotta make it happen. Go to school, go to work, raise the baby, get to soccer. You know what I'm saying? So.
And where is he now? Where's your son now?
That's a good question. He's in your area.
I thought I was teeing it up. Where is he normally when he's not in my?
Yeah, that's a
No. No. Where is Zion? What is he?
Oh,
Zion
Zion,
doing?
I thought you meant the baby daddy.
No. No, I mean your baby.
My baby, it all turned. I did get a return on investment in my son. To date, he is a junior at the University of Southern California, and he is running, and he is becoming his own hustler.
Oh, that's
in a good way.
But let's just I'm gonna give the Atta girl. So Maddie has a ministry that of women who are asking her to tell her story around what was your relationship with your son to have such a great son? Best compliment you can have as a parent. Best compliment you can have as a parent. So right on. That is hilarious for me. All right. All right. So I'm a pivot, and we need to bring on stage our first hustler, who is a millennial. And she is a fourth-year med student at Georgetown University. Go Hoyas. Yeah. She is an entrepreneur, owns her own business. She works full-time. She manages to do, I think I'm seeing her off stage doing all kinds of crazy stuff. Let's just bring her on. Her name is Jasmine Dilworth. Jasmine, welcome to the couch.
Oh, yes.
Hey, Jam.
Hi.
I saw me wear a Georgetown sweatshirt when I heard you was on the show. I started to. But I got hustled.
I can't see you getting hustled.
My baby mama stole the baby from me.
What just happened? I'm trying to figure out. Anyway.
So welcome to the couch.
Thank you.
We are so glad that you're finally here with us. So you happen to be my favorite hustler that we're talking about today.
Why is she your favorite?
Because I love, first of all, I love her, but
why do you love her?
Because she's an amazing person and she's super driven and she loves her auntie.
How are you her auntie?
Because my best friend forever gave birth to this beautiful creature right here. And that BFF just happens to be you.
That's my daughter right there. I feel like we're a Brady Bunch. Here we go. Here's the story. All right. Go ahead.
So you are my favorite hustler because I've gotten a chance to watch you grow from this little girl to this woman who is about her business, who is about making these boss moves in these streets, who is about leaving and creating a legacy and blazing a trail and doing things her own way. And it is like the best thing to just sit back and watch. Now I am waiting for you to graduate from med school so I can get some free, I need some free care and stuff. But I love having a front row seat to the hustler that is Jasmine Dilworth. So awesome. Welcome to the couch, baby girl.
Thank
you.
All right,
we're going to turn it over to Maddie. And
Welcome. Oh.
yes. Go ahead, Maddie.
Welcome, Jasmine. Nice to see you as an adult young lady. I have some questions for you.
Okay.
The first one is, do you consider yourself a hustler?
Oh, yes. 100%.
And before that, what do you think or what do you consider a hustler to be?
I consider a hustler to be someone with a vision. It could be anything, good, bad, and someone who works to make that vision come true. So for some people, it's like, I don't know where my next meal is coming from. They make it happen. Some people have a lifestyle they want to live, a job they want to have, something. It could be anything, but they do it. They see something like, all right, I can do that, and they make it happen.
Okay.
Not easy, but
so it takes some work.
Yes.
So why do you consider yourself a hustler?
That is a great question. I have a hard time thinking of something and not trying to make it happen. I think that's why I don't like the idea of settling for, even though I love my life now, I want to keep going and going and going just to see what I can do.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's great parenting.
I think so too.
I was about to say, where do you get it from?
It just seemed like almost every other week.
I just met you, so I mean, I'm just kidding.
I was gonna ask, but we'll give you a shout out, Robin. That's great parenting.
Yeah. It seems like every other week she has like a new thing. I feel like next week she's like, all right, I'm going to run for president in 2024. I'm like, okay.
So let me ask you another question. Do you have some advice for women who may want to be hustlers? If so, what is it?
Yes. My advice is to, first of all, be honest and be real about the situation you're going in. It's not easy. You're going to need a plan. You're going to need to be intentional. And I'd say the best piece of advice I can give someone is to think of the one thing they can do today that's going to help them. You know what I mean? Work smarter. You're not trying to just be busy just to be busy. You want to be intentional with everything. And I am a personal trainer, so wellness is part of my everyday thing. So you don't want to burn out. You like that creative spark. You need to keep it there. You need to be fun to be around because that's when you're the best in general. So I would honestly make a list of things that make you happy. It could be anything, small, big, whatever, and plan them. It could be a daily thing. It could be a weekly thing, monthly thing. Doesn't matter to me. Make sure you are nurturing yourself while you're hustling at the same time, because that's the best way to do it and stay sane.
I love it. I'm a wellness person too. So balance is everything. Take care of yourself before you can help other people.
Yes.
And hi, my name is Robin, aka Mom. So you have these small, little, but I think very, very powerful tips that you do in your phone that I think is brilliant. And when I have time, I want to do it. You want to share what you do?
Yes. So I think everyone, not just millennials these days, are on their phones these days. You see it all the time. So I organize everything into a folder. And it's different. And I changed the name of the folder. So instead of saying like navigation, I wrote, I have direction. Instead of all my work stuff together, instead of saying business, it says, I am successful. All of my banking apps, I am wealthy, like affirmations to myself. It's mindless. You see it all the time. And it's like, you know what? I am.
Yeah.
And then my shopping one, I call it Money Flows because it makes me feel a little better about it. But yeah.
I think that's brilliant. I think that's just absolutely brilliant. And I need to do mine.
Well, it sounds like we all need to do it. And one last thing.
I'm going to check in.
Right.
Thank you.
Right. Well, thank you, Miss Jazz, for coming. Join us. Miss Jasmine, the hustler, millennial. You get your hustle on. Go make mama proud.
Always.
Continue to make mama proud.
Yes.
Bye. Love you.
Bye. Love you too.
Yes.
Bye.
All right. So we have this next hustler. Listen. You know how, do you ever see somebody or meet somebody or are in a room and somebody walks in and they're a room changer?
Yes.
That's me. I was kidding. They're a room changer. Our next hustler is just that person. And it's interesting as I've gotten to know her through actually El Boogie, as I gotten to know her, she is like me, but better. Many years ago. This woman here is a baller. She is running sessions involving senators. We are in the nation's capital. When I say senators, I'm not talking about state. Sometimes state. She is running things. She is a executive director of the U.S. Department of Commerce, working with minority business developer. So entrepreneurs that are trying to get their hustle on. She is the woman that runs all of that. All of that, has a lot of people reporting up through her running that. She has an MBA. And normally, like I said, Maddie, I don't normally talk about people's degrees, but this one did graduate magna cum laude. How did that even happen in college? My college experience was, I went to the #1 party school when I was in college.
That ain't my testimony, child.
Maddie.
Both of y'all went to the party school.
Look, D's get degrees.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to go and censor that and edit it so the
I know.
children don't think that it's okay to get.
Listen, my freshman year I had some D's, but you know what I do. Any event, this woman also spent some time in residency in Peru.
Ooh.
She is dope like that. And I have to say, I spent some time with her on Sunday. And if I was going to wife someone, I'd have to put my dude over to the side because she is dope like that. I welcome Miss Gianna Hilton to the couch, also known as Gigi. G-I-G-I. Welcome, Gigi, to the couch. This girl is so dope. I am so glad you are here. Her fashion sense is always on point. I'm just like, I want to be her when I grow up.
We coordinate.
Yes. Welcome to the couch. It's so great to have you here.
Thank you.
I want to hear your hustle story. As we were talking, it was like, I used to, back in my old career, I had this hustle. I'm like, you can just, I think I have a hustle spidey sense, right? Do you think you have that, Kennedy?
I think so.
She has it right now. Our fashion coordination right now. Can we just get a pause?
Listen, can we have a moment for the coordination? No.
Okay. Time in. Moment out. No, she exudes that. And let me give another example of a hustler right now. So we're walking into this event on Sunday. Lonnie and I were waiting, and name wasn't on the list. And so he calls the guy that we were going to see. Gigi walks out, and the guy said, "Oh, you should have just name dropped her, and y'all would have been good." Now, normally when you name drop somebody to get in, you just can't drop their name and get in. Name drop her, and you're in. I was like, that's what I'm talking about. And
listen, I'm gonna start trying that. When
I'm not surprised.
I'm gonna be at Neiman Marcus. Look, I'm gonna be at Neiman Marcus during those hours trying to get into the special little shopping situation. They have private shopping before the store opens, right? I'm gonna go knock on the little side door and be like, Gianna Hilton.
She's
that's the whole word to get me in.
Gigi.
See?
G-I-G-I.
Gianna Hilton is my work, and we're not at work right now. So let me do a disclaimer that I am not here on official work capacity.
No.
I am here to discuss our experiences and to deliver resources. And so for those, when we're done with this segment, that want to reach out to me further on my professional platform, you may do so, and we will provide you with an email address. So I just had to put that disclaimer out.
You see what I'm saying?
So basically, she did the disclaimer and say, "Don't be using my government name."
This is after the beginning. So Gigi, tell me your hustler story. Tell me, you have such an amazing background, and you work with all different types of businesses, government resources. Talk to me about your story.
Thank you. So I will keep it brief. I will chime in on some things that I've heard all of you discuss earlier. So got married young. I had 2 sons. My sons like to hang out with me now. If you're watching, hi sons. They are adults. They're grown men now. But you know, they were basketball players on traveling teams. I did my MBA in finance at Drexel. Go Dragons. Philly, yes. All right. Okay. Meek Mills. Yep. But you know, I did my MBA in finance, all while, you know, being a mother, a basketball mom to, you know, 2 sons that are on 2 separate traveling teams. Also, while being a business partner at a real estate development firm that I was with for 10 years. And, you know, at times we would joke that my business partner thought he was my 3rd son. He needed a lot of managing, and I became his mama as well. So, you know, it was a lot of heavy lifting. But as Robin and I, you know, were speaking to it earlier, as well as, you know, some of the lovely ladies that are on here tonight, women always rise to the occasion because we don't have a choice. So, you know, pivoting, leaving the partnership when I was in real estate development, I came into this platform of business development. I've been in it for 4.5 years now. This is my time of service, so y'all catch me while I'm hot because y'all getting on my nerves. Y'all are getting. I love y'all, but y'all getting on my nerves. So catch me now while it's hot. But
I'm stealing
no,
that.
seriously,
I'm so stealing that.
Right. But no, seriously, in my role right now, my staff and I provide access to capital, access to procurement and contracts, and just overall strategic business consulting to establish minority businesses. We've serviced over 700 clients. I can't even get into, you know, everything that we do, but we have every industry you can think of, from healthcare, IT, you know, construction, liquor distributors, restaurants, lounges, like whatever you think of, we represent that and we provide services to you. And so one of the big issues, just being a woman, and especially being a woman who's hustled and throughout being a mother and being a wife and trying to find that balance and everything, you ever come home and you tell your children to clean up and they didn't do their chores properly, and then you say, what is this? And you're like, you know what? Get out of here. And you end up just cleaning the whole damn house yourself because you're sick of it. And you're like, if I don't do it, it's not going to be done correctly.
Right.
And so that is a weight that we carry with ourselves. I think a lot of us, you know, from birth, we just naturally carry that with us. And so, you know, we need to ask for help.
Yeah.
There's a lot of challenges in, you know, entrepreneurship, and, you know, congrats and kudos to not just women, but all the entrepreneurs, talking about minorities, all the entrepreneurs that, you know, take on the risk and have the courage to get out there and really go after what it is that you are focused on. Even if you don't know how you're going to get there, somehow you end up there. And so I love that you ladies are having these type of discussions here. I feel it's really important because you need a platform and a network and a circle where you can reach out to one another and say, you know what, I have this vision, but I don't know how to get there. I don't even know the questions to ask. And so someone like me, always been a listener. My friends would disagree. But in my professional platform, I'm a listener because I listen to your vision, I visualize it, and then I start asking the questions that you didn't realize you needed to ask. And then we come up with solutions. So I, again, am, you know, appreciative that Robin saw something in me to invite me here. And, you know, I will be a resource and extend myself, my knowledge, my experience, my expertise, and, you know, just if you want to vent about your business issues, because I am a connector. And so a lot of times when I'm out socializing, always end up talking about business because most of my friends are business owners.
Mm-hmm.
And if they're not business owners, they're looking to become one, and they already have an area of expertise. And so I've just been a connector. And every time I go out, I'm inviting people to come out and socialize that are like-minded, that I know can leave the party with something, not just being lit or having a great time, but actually making connections. So that's what I do.
So Gigi, I got a question for you.
Yes.
Because it sounds like you do a lot to help everybody else. And as you are also in the same token saying that women have a hard time asking for help, my question for you is, as part of your daily grind, like, what do you need in order for you to continue to be this hustler that you are and helping to enable other people in their hustle?
I am tired. That's why I said, catch me while I'm hot. But seriously, one thing I will say, sorry, sons, if you're still watching, love my sons to death. And now I have to call them and say, hey, you ain't came to see your mama, blah, blah, blah. But I will say, now that they are self-sufficient, they're becoming their own, individuals, adults and all of that, there's a little bit more room to breathe. Also, I am single, and being single allows me to breathe more as well.
Yeah.
Girl, how are you single? Listen, we need a different show.
Exactly. I think that's something I know exactly. She's so dope.
Thank you.
She's so dope.
Because I'll say this, and listen, I've juggled it all, and so have you ladies, so have thousands, hundreds of millions, whatever other women have, and it can be done because I've done it twice.
But Gigi, okay, wait. So now I got to go all the way back.
That's another show. That's another pink show.
We got no. Same show. Gotta ask this question. As a single woman, if you met the Tinder swindler.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, hell no.
No.
Hell no.
No. This one has been.
He's gonna be sending me money. I will never send a man money. He gonna send me. I don't even send my sons money. He gonna send me money.
Listen, I have been a student in a couple of her sermons around that. So no, there's that. All right, I need to push us on. Gigi, it was amazing having you. We will make sure that you have her information. I think we do have her email.
Yep.
That we will, hold on, I think we can run that banner down there. Yeah, there we go. So please reach out to her. That's her direct email. Again, this is a woman who's giving you her, there's a difference between people who give you their number, their email, right? That's I think that's a separator of hustlers and hustlers. That's very different. So Maddie, we always end every show with a do something. Spend like 60 seconds to tell us what the do something from this hustler show is, and then we'll kick it over to you, Kennedy, to bring us to a close.
Thank you. The do somethings today, both of our guests dropped a lot of gems. So if we could check on our hustler friends, there is Jasmine talked about balance, keeping yourself well and having balance. Gianna talked about sharing resources. And let's just provide support and then hang out with your hustler, minority women friends, plan trips. Those are some of the gems we dropped to do something, and reach out for help. There's people who have what you need.
Dope. And I would say for those people that are on the receiving end of the Tinder swindlers and et cetera, if there's something that is preventing them from taking action, I'm gonna say pray. That's it. Go ahead, Kennedy. Bring us out. Close us out. I got nothing. I am officially speechless. Kennedy, take us.
I really think that it comes down to this. Be the hustler, that's the go-getter. Be the one that's trying to blaze a trail, do great things, and leave a legacy in this world. Don't be that guy. Don't be that girl. Don't be the one that's taking people for granted, stealing folks' money, not paying folks who work for you. That's just bad. It's bad for your brand. It's bad for business. It's bad morals. It's just all bad. And I don't want that for you. So I want you to be the hustler, not the hustler, because we all know that nobody wants to deal with that one. And for those people who have been hustled, this is not to make the victim the one responsible for the actions of somebody else. We're joking and we're making, light of situations, but we do understand that there are some situations where you are just being clearly taken advantage of, and there was nothing that you could have done differently in that situation. So we are, we have a lot of empathy for you and in that situation, and we just hope that you find a way through that. And cautiously move about the cabin in the next relationship that you get, right? If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. And I'm gonna leave it with that.